Well, an incredible performance from Team Aster puts them a game up here in our second best of two of the night. Danog, what are we looking for out of Beast Coast to try and look to tie the series 1-1?
Ban that freaking Tiny. So we'll see. I think we're already into the draft, so let's look into the game itself. And they have. Okay, good. Step one
Beast
accomplished.
turn.
Now, this is the way that China like to draft. They draft beefy heroes that have good team fight, and they make themselves really hard to kill. That's normally with one laning support that's really defensive, one that's more offensive to be able to create those pickoffs that enable like a pos 3 with a ton of team fight or a pos 2 with a ton of team fight. And then one's
remaining.
job is to hit the towers. It's very regimented. It's very like
5
categorized.
seconds
You
remaining.
do this game, every single game. So I think it's up to Beast Coast to try and upset that momentum a little bit. And the way to do that is with these flex picks like the Snapfire.
We'll see what route they want to go down, if it's going to be Snap Clockwork, Snap Park.
Earth Spirit.
Oh, we get a treat of the Gojira Earth Spirit. Okay, a lot of team fight for Beast Coast to kick off the first phase.
Bit of a deny pick as well. You know, Bobica would say Earth Spirit, Monkey King, and the Tiny are his 3 most played heroes by far. So we'll see if
10
they
seconds
even...
remaining.
I guess it's not really denying it away considering they've already picked the Monkey,
5
but this might
seconds
now
remaining.
provide them with a whole lot more information to be able to take into the later stages of the draft. They can go ahead and pick like an offlaner that isn't necessarily the best matchup against the Monkey King, but you don't care quite so much.
We'll see how Aster are going to look to address this. Are you expecting an Ori hero to be picked up?
Maybe, but potentially even a
Team
Monet hero, to be
Aster's
honest. Like, I wouldn't hate a
turn to
Bloodseeker or something like that here. They go the Visage instead. All right, just a little bit of the offlane. It's a strong duo combination. Of course, Monkey King able to output a ton of damage, really buffs up the Visage, really that front line. Not necessarily a tank, but you do soak up a good amount of damage and are able to turn it back around the other way. Longer
10
team fights, of
seconds
course,
remaining.
great for a Visage in the laning stage. So I don't hate this opening coming through from
5
them, and we saw
seconds remaining.
how yesterday XXS was able to play a fantastic Visage game.
It does give them another way to be able to take objectives. Of course, we saw last game with the Enigma for XXS. Definitely enabled them to be able to find some early towers, and the Visage is going to be able to play a similar role as well. So they have at least that box checked out for Team Aster, more than likely their side lane. Now, what heroes do Aster need to get rid of to really protect the XXS on the Visage, though?
East Coast's
I'm not
turn
even sure
to
they
ban.
need to specifically protect it. Like, they're looking to get rid of the Enchantress because, of course, very strong laner. If Monkey King's wanting to stand there and man fight, you don't want to be able to take away the Jingu. So it makes a lot of sense. Even just something like the Juggernaut, it's something that Beast Coast has gone back to the well to several times. And it's something that K1 does
10
very, very
seconds
well.
remaining.
So I think that might be the avenue that they're going to be going down unless it gets banned out in
5
this phase.
seconds
I'm
remaining.
also looking to the later stages of this draft because Picho, I was mentioning Fishman playing for Entity. He doesn't have the widest hero pool. Picho is kind of a similar one where it's like Wyvern, Dazzle, Phoenix, Treant. Those are his go-tos. So I wonder if they're going to look to prioritize his pick next.
Turn to ban.
Obviously, the Wyvern isn't fantastic into the Snapfire or the Earth Spirit. Just a ton of magic damage means that it's not going to be massively impactful. So perhaps something like that that Dazzle might be the better option. Again, it provides a lot more of that minus armor. Yeah. I think it's a really good ban just to focus a little bit more towards it.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I think with Picho as well, I've been incredibly impressed with his performances so far through the group
5
stages.
seconds
One thing I was
remaining.
mentioning for Aster and kind of their last roster, that maybe some of the inexperience from White Album on the major stage was hindering them a little bit, and I was unsure if they would have a similar issue with Picho stepping in from the Academy roster of Aster Aries, but so far he's been very impressive.
Do you own that roster?
I do own that roster. Yeah, it's a star sign roster though, so I don't know. Aries are kind of losers, Capricorns where it's at.
10 seconds remaining.
It's all about the cancers. I'm a crab. I'm a crab.
5
Imagine
seconds
being a
remaining.
crab, can't relate. Freaking loser.
Crabs are great. Big pincers to be able to get you. But I wonder what Beast Coast are going to go. Like, I would look to go down. I don't hate the Chen, actually. I mean, it's something, again, paired together with that Juggernaut that's very good if they, again, choose to go for that. Bassi ring to be able to start feels kind of nice, or just the headdress. It's all about just having that early game impact, right? And Chen is exactly what you need to be able
10
to bully the
seconds
Visage out of
remaining.
lane as much as possible.
Let's reveal that the
5
Snapfire is
seconds
going to be played in a
remaining.
core role, whether that be on Whisper or on Chris Lock, though.
Have they played the Earth Spirit in the offlane at all? I kind of feel like they have. Maybe I'm mistaken.
They have
It
not,
is a
not into a 3
Schofield.
at least.
It is a Schofield / Gojira hero, like through and through, right? So
Yep.
I think they just really are about upping the tempo as much as possible. It's really going to be, for me, around the level 6 timing for Beast Coast this game. That Magnetize is going to do a body of work against this Visage once he's able to get it. And I think that needs to be the main focus, because Aster, in that series against Spirit, where they were able to take
Team
the
Aster's
1-1 result,
turn to pick.
it was on the back of a lot of push coming from XXS. So if you're able to make that rotation early on and kill the Visage, maybe keep the Familiars unavailable for a bit of time, then suddenly the map is much greater for you to be able to farm for yourselves. You know, you're not under the threat of just a lot of your farm being
10
taken away by these
seconds
heroes that
remaining.
have the capability to do it, right? Like Puck shoving out lanes and taking jungle camps.
5
Even
seconds
the way that
remaining.
Boboka plays Monkey King, he emphasizes a lot more into the Primal Spring, just to, of course, have the movement around the map, but shoving out lanes, finding the pickoffs, getting his farm. He's by far, in my opinion, the Monkey King that ends up with the most farm at the end of a lot of these games.
Puck's going to be picked up here for Aster. So it is picked into, some would say, a nice matchup in regards to the Earth Spirit
Beast
against the Puck.
Coast's
So at least
turn
they
to
will have a
pick.
little bit of control. You need that follow-up coming up from Beast Coast. The Void Spirit could be something they're considering. Even an Ember Spirit if they want to go... Oh, actually banned out. Apologies from Beast Coast. I don't believe you're looking to put Snapfire mid. I think you want a bit better of a response to deal with the Ori Puck.
10 seconds
I
remaining.
think it's doable. It's just you need something in that off lane that's going to be
5
able to deal with the
seconds
puck as well,
remaining.
right? Like, what gives you that instant lockdown? It's not being picked a ton this tournament, but
Team
I don't hate a
Aster's
Dragon Knight this
turn
game.
to bat.
Go the Bat Rider instead. I mean, it's decent enough, and they actually aren't revealing anything, right? They've still got that second pick. We've seen both Whisper and Chris Luck play it. So feeling like it's viable. And again, it's just something else that's going to be able to deal with that Visage in the damage over time aspect. It's going to
seconds
be able to
remaining.
find the Monkey King and the Warlock on the back lines. I really don't hate it.
It's an
5
incredible pick.
seconds
These guys
remaining.
play really well with the Bat Rider, and they play a fast-paced tempo with the Bat as well from South America, where it's like the drums into boots of travel. It's not this... Sorry, the drums into boots of bearing. It's not the build where we see the Bat Riders go boots of travel into the BKB, and I think this will be
Beast
best
Coast's
suited because
turn to
Beast Coast are going to
ban.
look to run this game over. You've got Warlock very immobile, doesn't provide too much in regards to the early team fights. Visage as well is going to look for like the Wraith Pact mainly for XXS. So I feel like for Beast Coast, if they can get a hero... We'll see, because
Aster's
K1 really
turn to
likes this
ban.
farm-intensive late-game hero that's able to secure, but do you feel like they can go down that route? Because it looks like they are
Beast
best
turn
suited
to
just
ban.
to run at Aster.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I was honestly thinking that they were still, again, leaning towards the Juggernaut, but they end up banning it out. We're seeing a lot of these ball up and go and damage over time heroes, position ones go away. Honestly, they might even just gyrocopter again.
10
You know, just lots
seconds
of little damage
remaining.
against the Visage, buffed up by the Chen with the slows coming through. You're able
5
to,
seconds remaining.
of course, dish out some good AoE damage as well. It's a hero that hits its timings pretty early on. Other heroes that go down that route, to a lesser extent, there's like Terrorblade, Troll,
Team
a
Aster's
Wraith King
turn to
perhaps,
pick.
but we'll see what avenue they look to go down. Bristleback would have
CK.
been ideal,
Beast
but of course,
Coast's turn
given
to
Aster
pick.
the options to pick it up for
Phantom
yourself, and
Lancer.
you can't have that.
Oh boy.
I mean, they need the AoE damage. That it might be Gyro.
Oh boy. They have Sven in the past. It's
Mhm.
pretty decent versus Puck.
10 seconds
BKB
remaining.
into the Scepter's a potential to not worry about the coil.
5
I'm trying to think of heroes.
remaining.
You could run a Leshrac 1, honestly, which he has not done, and it doesn't really feel like a K1 hero though, but I feel like it would
Could
be
they
best
pudge?
suited for this game. You could.
I wouldn't hate the Purge at all this game. I think it'd be a pretty good pick. You know, going into the Monkey King in lane, it's not that great, but you land that hook onto the Visage, there's no saving him, right? You've got the slows coming from the Penitence, you've got, of course, the Rot that's going to be constantly going. Once you get into the Aghanim Scepter, it's another way to be able to just deal with all these PL illusions, not at all reliant on mana. I'd really like to see it.
What's the call going to be? A couple of seconds left.
Choose your hero.
It's not terrible. It's again, it's a lot of lane pressure. It's also able to go if you go into that. Do you go the Maelstrom build? I guess you do. It's more instances of damage, right? Which is always a good thing against a Visage, and even just the PL, right?
It's an incredibly strong laner as well, which Troll and Chen combined together makes it pretty difficult for, I think, XXS and Baboka to play that lane. Maybe they're going to look to just pull and avoid the Beast Coast safe lane. So it's also a hero that can get active a little bit early, a natural BKB builder, so the coil's not going to be an issue to the later stages. They've got a lot of control as well from Beast Coast, the roll in, Whisper drag back lasso, the cookie as well to jump K1 into the middle. So I don't hate the Troll Warlord. There can be an answer to the Phantom Lancer. You do need to kind of be able to keep up in farm, and I think they have that capability. I like Beast Coast's lineup. I think there's maybe some... I don't know if there's too much synergy with Aster's lineup, because you have like a Visage that can like taking towers early and doesn't scale overly well, and then you go for this Phantom Lancer, which maybe overall in the game aspect is really good because of how single target they can be, but it's not a hero that will group up and help with the siege on Aster.
To me, it's a night and day difference between Game 1 draft and Game 2 draft. I was so confident with Aster in Game number 1. This time around, like you said, that synergy isn't quite there. You think of a Warlock Phantom Lancer lane, it's not incredibly potent, right? The Fatal Bonds doesn't do that much. It's not like a Bristleback or a Juggernaut or a Gyrocopter. These heroes that are able to just amp up that farm by so much. And, probably the only thing is, like, you do have this Fatal Bonds to be able to pair together with a Puck. That's kind of nice. But it feels like this Phantom Lancer was a little reactive, I suppose, to what Beast Coast had at the time. And I feel like the Troll Warlord is a good enough answer to be able to deal with it. They might even, it's kind of crazy, but they might even go down the route of having like a... They wouldn't Aghanim Scepter on this Troll, would they? Just to be able to constantly be able to use those Whirling Axes, all that mischance, really lessens the impact of a PL.
Maybe. The silence from Puck could be annoying. I think the Scepter doesn't allow you to keep up in farm as much. He does have Battle Fury queued up as well from K1, so I guess we're kind of questioning if it was going to be like a Mjolnir or a Battle Fury. Would be the more greedy route, I suppose. Not crazy, but they get the D-Ward. Very nice. They give K1 solo experience. See, Smart's going to get a little bit out of that.
Yikes. I mean, he's a mid lane. He needs it, right?
That was...
Have a look at the old Snapfire damage versus the Puck. Basically dead even. So this is going to be a fine enough lane for him. So that means that we're going to be seeing the Bat Rider laning up into the Phantom Lancer. I feel like he's going to have just a fine enough time. They really wanted something that was able to, dispel in the lane with that Doppelganger. Giro has to be a little bit careful here. They might be able to just turn onto Whisper as well with the Fatal Bonds damage.
Stick saving wise. Whisper, does he go for PGL?
Can't. No rolling boulder. It's just the boulder smash available.
A lot of resources expended. It will be a 3-for-1 though in the bounties, favoring Aster. What lane in particular do you feel like we need to be putting a lot more attention on in the second game?
Nice kick by Gojira, just landing more and more harass onto them. I would say Bot's the one that I'm going to be looking at here, just because, again, it's about that level 3 timing that you've got on XXS, but they're going to be running at you before that on the East Coast. Of course, we've been saying Troll Warlord very strong. Got the Penitence available on the Chen, just looking to try and slow down the Visage a little bit here. It kind of does get counted out a little bit because you do have the Grave Chill potentially to be able to just increase your movement speed again, but it's just going to come down to some skills here on both East Coast as well as Aster's side.
What's the level 3 timing you're speaking about? Because I feel like the Visage has a really big level 1 power spike, but after that it's usually the enemy's side that has an advantage in the lane.
Not into this lane though. Like level 1, you don't have the advantage. Troll Warlord doesn't need to cast spells, so you're not gonna get that instant ramp up of the Soul Assumption. It's a lot slower. And so it's level 3 for the Soul Assumption, level 2 burst for me. And I feel like they're gonna have the potential to do that with Bobaker just having to put himself onto the front lines. You can just see here K1's a little bit cautious with his positioning because he knows he's gonna get that damage thrown back into his face. Actually ends up going the Gravekeeper's Cloak level 1 just to realizing the strength, I suppose, of the early game that you've got with this Troll Warlord.
And I think they've done a really good job as well to kind of slow down the impact that we can see come out from seeing a small camp and the... I can't remember if that's a medium or... I think it's a medium by the outpost as well, so really good job to be able to kind of minimize the impact that we'll see out of the Chen. But meanwhile, some of the other lanes, we'll take a look how top's looking at the moment. Of course, Whisper and Gojira on some incredibly comfortable heroes. They're looking decent at the moment. The Batrider is into a bit of a counter matchup though in the Phantom Lancer.
It is, but I mean that just means that he needs to look to perhaps focus onto Pichio. You know, you've got an Earth Spirit there with you, so rolling Boulder onto him, kick him back. Unless it's a perfect TP just immediately coming out there without the sticky nade pumps started to stack up, then might be in a little bit of trouble there on the Warlock. And he's positioning himself very aggressively here, maybe just realizing that Gojira is a little bit low on the mana, so wanting to bully him away, make sure Whisper's not able to prevent PL from farming. He himself is kind of low on mana.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job. I wasn't expecting how much they would be able to push back Whisper early on. Maybe level 3, we could see them get a little bit aggressive on Beast Coast. I do think they need to be considering about making stacks as well for Whisper back in the triangle. Whisper is
really want to try and make this turnaround. I mean, they've got the 5 napalm stacks onto the Warlock. This is what they're going for.
See if they're gonna have the damage before they get the kill onto Whisper, and yeah, Monet, they're able to secure that one. They'll also get Gojira as well, and meanwhile, bottom lane, Chen just scurries away on a minimal amount of health, 50 health left standing between Aster and getting the kill, but... And that top lane, they've got a beautiful read on this with Pichio and Monet.
They also lost that full creep wave while they were going for the kill, plus like 2/3 of the next one, so... This is Monet already building up a 1k net worth lead in this lane with that double kill.
Is this the second Midas we're going to be seeing on the Phantom Lancer? We've casted a Phantom Lancer so far, right? Have we?
No, we haven't. Not this
Who went? Pichio's going to be in a bit of trouble. Once again, the sticky napalm starting to ramp up, and look at Monet as well, just holding back Whisper with the damage along with the Shadow Word, so... Does a good job to act as a bodyguard, but Whisker's gonna look to move in. Oh, they blocked the roll!
The body block!
And they don't get the kill as well.
Monet!
He's able to get rid of the sticky napalm, so Whisper won't put as much damage onto Monet. The Firefly's still got actually quarter duration left of Monet. He's gonna have some mana to play with thanks to the one. Doppelganger still on court. Another roll, but it's off the mark. Gojira and Whisper continuing in pursuit. The Doppel back up. Is he gonna juke with the illusions?
Radiant's turret has
Come
been killed.
He's still doing it to him.
Oh no! What's going on, dude? But he wants to CS. He's like, come on, guys, I need some creep. Stop running at me. But in the end, finally, Beast Coast are able to get the kill.
Case of lane rash there.
He wanted the CS, but he also just wanted the tower to start hitting them if they continued to dive underneath it. He really needed to clear out those waves as quickly as possible. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to do so, but some great juking going on from him nonetheless.
You see, finally we got an opportunity to tab over to mid. See Smile having a decent time, 32-7 compared to the 29-8 on the Puck. They are both relatively even in regards to the net worth. The Puck just having a slight advantage at the moment, but they will both have their level 6s shortly. And how do you feel like we're going to see this come into play in the next couple of minutes with these ultimates?
I feel like you got to deal with this Visage if you're on Beast Coast, right? Like, he hasn't died in the laning stage. He's getting an okay amount of farm. It's what you expect going into a short forward.
See, Smile's going to move top of the Mortimer Kisses. They really want to get another kill onto Monet, and they should be able to. Or he's going to replicate this movement, so at least get a turnaround kill. I don't believe they have the damage for the Earth Spirit as well. Or he's got the orb to work with, but Rogera's tanky enough.
Wants to waste that timing. Even Soliker just making sure that he's putting himself towards that mid lane, taking away a bit of that experience if he can. Although ends up using the haste rune just to try and chase down Stinger a little bit. Is that his Bassi ring coming out to him, or is he just a little bit short on the gold? Might be just happy enough with the Sage's Mask, but it does prevent him from being able to farm as effectively. Right now just holding onto the Wild Wing and the Hill Troll. But yeah, for this champ, it's really about that level 3 timing, just being able to rotate back to the jungle, pick up a lot more farm, because you're not really that scared about K1 dying. Although I say that, and they're going for an attempt onto him.
Stinger nearby to be able to intercept this. You're okay for the moment. You do see K1's off to a pretty good start in the lane. Tread's already completed, Ring of Health as well.
Also the headdress from the champ, so more of that passive regen. Going in, they're really wanting to stack up this damage. Another Soul Assumption ready.
Should be able to secure with a kill, a couple of right clicks, K1 with the miss chance coming out, but oh, he just gets away. The last Soul Assumption charge, and now they're even rotating. Gojira's going to come from the triangle, so Aster got to be cautious of how they retreat. Soon going to be able to block off the escape avenue. K1 still sticking nearby in the lane, but now there's the rotation. Oh, Gojira actually misses the roll, but it will not matter. They get the kill nonetheless, and K1 will claim the bounty.
Much better performance coming through from Beast Coast. Everything just makes more sense together, you know? Like, the lane is very strong because the Aster's lane is very weak. It doesn't have the greatest synergy. You've got Whisper really understanding the effectiveness of going up into this Phantom Lancer. So
you might be able to get a kill, Whisper top. DP out from PGL. That is a gigantic kill. Whisper getting solo experience, level 6 now. As had such a good read of how they were going to be able to deal with the Batrider in the lane. His lowest net worth out of the cause. Ori? Another miss on the roll from Gojira. This is not what you would expect out of him on the Earth Spirit. They're still pumping the damage, but Ori is able to reposition thanks to the ore.
I was thinking maybe they might have
bottom lane
saved
as
that.
well. XXS, he's going to be in some trouble. Ori's going to look to TP down. They have the coil to play with, but the TP will take too long to be able to continue the chase.
I was thinking maybe they might have used that Mortimer's Kisses up towards the top side because, like you said before, that level 6, not that he's leveled it up just yet, but that lasso having the potential to kill the PL again, a third death on Monet would have meant disaster. You don't farm as quickly as this Troll Warlord does, so to be...
He's going to enter the secret shot, but Gojira with the ward on the high ground was anticipating this movement. He was in a position waiting in the tree line, ready to pounce, and the rest of Beast Coast follow up as well.
He did his best to block up a few camps, take away some bounty runes, invade even more onto Monet. He sees it, he's going to have to start running away. TP is available to come through for Aster. No, but they get the silence.
See if they're going to have the damage required though afterwards, Monet. Just off the sticky napalm, they're going to continue to chase him down. He'll look for a TP up. The roll comes back up shortly. But see Smile snipes it from afar. The Scatter Blast maxed out was enough to help get the kill.
You are so talented.
See, at least these teams use voice lines. We've been missing that throughout most of the day.
Yeah, we have. Been surprised no one's spamming the voice lines as much, but it's a series tournament. We're at the major. Everyone heads in the game.
This is such an important match for Beast Coast, though. They start to fall off the pace a little bit if they're going to lose any more games. Every single one is so valuable, and if Aster take this one, I don't think it's mathematically confirmed, but they would be pretty much a shoo-in to be able to secure that upper bracket finish.
I do see though it's a really different look at this second game. You said night and day difference compared to the drafts, and it's kind of showing with how Beast Coast are being able to perform early on. Minimal net worth lead. K1's off to a great start. C Smile's off to a great start. Whisper's got a free lane as well to catch up. Almost drums completed. And as soon as they complete that drums, Beast Coast is just going to look to run a rampant across the map. You have this hero in the Phantom Lancer that needs a lot of space.
Is under attack.
Do indeed, but it's a lot of...
Their boots are traveling in on C Smile. Looking forward. He's got the doppel to be able to protect himself. But they don't get the kill, yes, but they are just invading into the jungle and making sure that PL is never freely farming.
Yeah, but now he might have the potential to do so, right? You're taking this bottom tower with your siege creep wave. You've got Bobica not
Dire's
staying up in the
middle
trees,
tower
so
is
he
under
won't be
attack.
able to... I guess he could just
Dire's
stand up there once
structures are
the creep wave is removed. But
Radiant's
you've got
bottom
these
tower
familiars,
is
you've got
under
the
attack.
siege creep, plenty to open up this map for Aster.
It's mid lane really where
bottom tower has
a lot of the
fallen.
damage is coming in as well. Beastcoast, they're not going to continue sieging down the tier 1 tower. They do get a decent amount of damage though with the help of the catapult. Might be able to catch out Stinger. Baboka with the down the strike to hold him back. Beautiful micro from Stinger. Double Centaur stun to stop the puck from jumping in. Now they're going to turn it back around. They'll get rid of the Wukongs thanks to the lasso dragging him out of the ring.
See Smile even immediately popping the invis rune. He'll walk underneath the vision right now. He shouldn't be getting caught out. Use that to be able to turn
Beautiful
things around.
spell
They've got the
casting.
rock.
Rory turns it back around. The rock's going to get dropped. Even XXS is in the neighborhood. Stinger's going to be playing off the back of the sustain to help Beastcoast to escape. The damage, it's not coming through fast enough to secure the kill.
Ori, that's ballsy.
He jumped in. Ori, no, not like this. They
Oh,
get
maybe
the
yes,
kill.
yes,
They
yes.
keep C-Smile alive. He denied himself through a neutral, but even K1, he wants some action. He wants to get involved. Diving deep close to the tier 2 tower. They'll get rid of XXS as well. Baboka, hang on, you got to respect Beastcoast for the moment.
Do, but they are able to get one of the familiars. That was just a fresh resummon as well coming through from XXS, so he only has the one tie with it now.
Dire's
Hinders
top
his
tower
farming
is
potential
under
a
attack.
lot. Already sitting down towards the bottom of all of the cores. He really wanted to try and save himself with the double usage of the stun. To accomplish it. And yeah, a little bit of miss micro as well coming out there. You appreciate what they've got. Of course, it was a great dream call coming through. Rock dropped, fatal bonds used to its fullest potential, but the damage just a little bit lacking, even with the Visage turning up to that fight.
Oh, what a timing, dude. Shreds 1, battle through completed. We'll tab over to mid as Gojira. See Smile nearby, reposition. He should not tick out with the help of the extra regen from the tower, but top lane as well. Ori. Lasso's still on cooldown for the moment, but Whispers, this should be able to have the damage unless the coil comes out to hold him back. And now, Aster, they are pathing their way top, trying to turn their attention over to killing off the Batrider. And Ori, he was initiated on, but is going to be able to end that skirmish with the kill onto the Batrider.
Nicely done, nicely
Dire's
done. Ends up
middle
finishing up the
tower is
tranquil
under
boots for
attack.
himself, just wanting that item slot freed up a little bit.
They're smoking to Monet. Double smoke from Beast Coast. The roll needs to be on point. They're going to be able to catch up where the real Phantom Lancer is. And now with the damage coming through from the Magnetize, that is huge to be able to continue to slow down Monet's farm.
Radiant are scanning.
Stinger, level 7 on this Chen. It's such a huge timing, right? Being able to secure any creep on the map that you want. He's got the Hand of God available. He's got the mechanism. So yeah, again, it's just
Lane
about
Ori's in
playing around
trouble.
this.
He
Yep.
just used the orb and instantly Whisper is going to run at him. They've got the lasso. He's not going to get enough distance away though. With the coil on cooldown, it will not hold them back. Even Sting is in for good measure. Hang on, Baboka? There's no way. There's no way
second.
What? Oh my lord, Ori makes it out. Great. Beautifully done from Baboka. Able to connect, hold the back with the boundless strike, and that would be enough for Ori to escape.
That's just you give a man his comfort, this is what he's going to do for you, right? Hard to believe he's only gold tier on this Monkey King. If there's anyone that I would call Grandmaster, it's probably
Alright.
Bot lane. They want to try and get a bit of a free kill here on the Earth Spirit. A little low on mana. Oh, this is unfortunately on Ori. Dream Call not landing there, and the silence coming just about half a second too late. So that might leave them the confidence again. I mean, they don't have vision up, and immediately looking to try and go for this lasso play. Careful on Ori.
Oh, they got the silence! Oh, Gojira! Beautiful spell casting, was almost on point with the roll, but as long as he has the silence afterwards, in Aster, they are smoking down. Even the Phantom Lancer's looking to get involved as well, but the ward in the river, I think, scouted out, but broke. Oh, never mind.
Be a big pick.
See, Smile's going to move on full, but there's no follow-up Aster. They turn to Gojira instead of trying to kill off the Snapfire, and now, Beast Coast, they've got plenty of vision to play with. They're going to see PGO.
Boys to play with as well. Sticking here with that Hand of God, with the mech.
Can Aster take this fight? Everyone's coming down for the 5-on-5. It's not the easy kill. Beautiful micro from XXS. The double familiar stun into the rock follow-up as well. But the sustain from the hand of God. And now the turnaround Monet is in trouble. A double able to reposition the Phantom Rush as well to get some distance. But the Scatter Blast cuts his life away. And on Beast Coast, they'll move to XXS as well. A 3-for-1. And Beast Coast continuing to reign supreme through game 2. And they're not done just yet. Maboka hunted down in the tree line. Whisper should be able to catch him out, as there is nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Maybe that one tree. That one tree, they just didn't cut it down.
I thought they saw him.
Radiant
There is a place to hide, apparently.
Oh, just able to get away. What a sneaky little devil, but yeah, still
Dire's
big
bottom
team fight
tower
win coming
has
out from
fallen.
Beast Coast. 6k net worth lead now, and it's just going to extend even further. Battle Fury finished up quite a while ago, and he is actually building into that Aghanim Scepter. Okay, I really like this build coming through from him. Just spamming it on cooldown. Only costs 25 mana, so even something like a PL doesn't hurt you all that much. You could just use it over and over and over again as... well, we've got a little bit of a pause here, so let's have a little bit of a look back at that last team fight. It's all about just finding the Chen and trying to burst him down. Unfortunately, they were just a little bit slow on the damage to come through. The Fatal Bond's just coming a tiny bit too late, gets off the mech, gets off the Hand of God, and then suddenly, yeah, you have to commit so heavily, and it just means that someone like that Phantom Lancer dies way too easily.
See the emphasis they are putting on to get rid of Stinger on the Chen, but like you said, if you're not perfect with that burst, then it's going to prove to bite you in the back with all the emphasis you're putting on him. You kind of just, everyone jumps in the middle, you don't blow him up, all of a sudden you are in a compromised position, and Beast Coast have multiple ways to continue in the chase. I want to sing your praises as well.
Oh no, you go ahead.
Oh, well,
I think you were about to compliment me.
No, you go. I don't want to.
No, I think you were about to say that my Aghanim Scepter call was on point.
Yeah, well, you did say, well, it was half on point. You were going to say Ags. You were kind of saying it to supplement the Battle Fury, so, yeah, I'll give you a pat on the back. Look, I'd hate for him to finish his BKB and use the Blade of Alacrity on something else, so, yeah, we'll wait for a little
Please
bit.
don't. Please don't. But what I was going to say is before, I feel like Aster now, what they need to play for, they don't want to take another fight. They're going to play a lot more defensively, at least for the next couple of minutes, get their neutral items, because the key item that they need is Blade. They didn't have Ori in that previous fight. That's why they weren't able to secure. What are we all guarding about?
1-8 when a Midas, so they are all in. They feel like the PL is the way to, if he gets late game, they believe he has some matchups where he can take over and 5v1. Of course, you're going to have some team fight synergy coming out from Pichu and the Warlock, but now that Beast Coast see this Midas on the PL, will hold that thought as Ori. The mark on the roll. This is big for Beast Coast if they can D-ward, but they won't be able to. So now for Beast Coast, pretty much you need to address the PL in regards to your itemization. Here is this late game win condition from Aster. We see K1 is doing that with this Battle Fury and potentially Scepter, and everyone else needs to consider going down that route as well, really to itemize to deal with the PL.
He's getting the BKB first, but he will finish that Aghanim Scepter. Yeah, the other thing was as well, like I was saying before, that they need that Puck Dab Blick Arrow. I believe Ori's got it coming out on the courier now, so he wasn't actually part of that previous attempt down on the bottom lane. He was still farming in mid, so that's why they weren't able to pick off the chance. It's so important to make sure that they've got that sustained removal, because it does feel like you're going to be able to swarm over them as long as you take away a lot of that constant heal, that backline threat that's coming through from Chen, even before he gets the Vlads and potentially the Wraith Pact.
And Danog, I know you like your little... When you find these intricate kind of mechanics that not a lot of people bring up, I know you like to bring it up often. And one thing you haven't done so far, which I'm quite surprised, is a Snapfire Ag shot against the Phantom Lancer.
I was waiting for him to have it queued up.
I was as well, and he hasn't done it. And now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have the, have the angle of maybe C-Smell doesn't know about it, because it's also, he's going for this right-clicking position to Snapfire, which maybe you feel like the Ag shot is not something you want, but do you want to share with everyone why the Ag shot is so great versus the PL?
Sure, because if you hit it onto the big ball of creeps, only the
Radiant
real
are
one
scanning.
shows the stun bar over his head. So that could be the big difference in just being able to all in onto the correct hero. Even things like
They got the silence to start. The roll's going to be off the market again from Gojira. Whisper though, he's able to enter the high ground. They'll turn them all to be kisses, maybe to deal with XXS. They won't even require it. They've got the damage. And meanwhile, Gojira, he's still hunting Ori. Gets the silence before the jaunt away. He's got the waning rift to make it on the high ground if required.
that was so close. Mobica just trying to cut some waves as well at the exact same time. His best to run. The stun. Oh, man. Gojira, can he land the roll this time? Okay, well that one wasn't even close.
Oh god, what a
Dire
game.
are scanning.
He's out of remnants as well. He's got 1 in 2 seconds. He's gonna go for it though. He realizes the importance of being able to secure Roshan, but K1 just takes it so damn fast that it's not gonna matter.
And what are we expecting out of this Aegis here for Beast Coast? Are we looking for still some items to be picked up until they're going to get aggressive on some towers, or are they maybe ready now to take some objectives?
They just want the Ags on Troll, that's it. Because you've got your BKB timing, you're not going to be... Like, you kind of want to find the PL on the map. Because people can rotate in, you've got the better sustain with the Chen. And if you're running into them, you're not worried about the threat of, for example, the Puck being able to find you at the start of the fight, right? So they're going to be playing a lot more of this cat and mouse style. The fact that Bat doesn't have the Boots of Travel is going to hinder that a little bit, I suppose. But it does mean that you've got the potential for PL to just not turn up to any fight, because you know that if he does, they're
Dire's
just going to
middle
burst
tower
through him
is under
immediately.
attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I have that negative scepter coming out now.
Dire's structures are
Looking at
fortified.
Bobica.
Dude,
Radiant
this guy is
structures
actually
are
crazy.
Oh my god, if he got that kill onto the Troll Warlord's courier, that would have freed up so much time
Dire's
for this
top
PL,
tower
but
is under
just
attack.
maybe not realizing in the 1 millisecond that it
Dire's
was
top
passing
tower
over him
has
that it
fallen.
was carrying such a key item.
They're going higher ground though, Danog.
Yeah, like I said, this is all they're waiting for, and the courier has reached K1. He's got the axe.
Dion needs,
Even just, yeah, look at that. It even
Radiant's
dispels the
middle
fatal
tower
bonds
is
off
under
himself.
attack.
Dion needs way too many items to take this fight. I don't know. He's not even close to anything to show off. Whisper. He's going to hold back the threat of the lasso. Even though the Aghanim shot protecting XXS for the moment, they're going to be forced to drop the rock, but this is an ultimate now down, and I don't think there's going to be any follow-up. A beautiful boundless strike holding multiple heroes back with the hand at God, offering the sustain. They've almost dealt with the first slap. He's still alive? Oh my lord, K1.
Yeah. The power of the Chen, man. He's
Look at
even
the
salved up. Almost had it.
700 health away.
Yeah, I think just wait 30 seconds, basically. You just want that mech up again. You've got the Vlads, you've got Hand of God, not really that important, but Dream Coil used, Summon Familiars used, Rock used, most importantly. So, yeah, I think that's absolutely the play that's going to be coming through from Beast Coast here.
Mantodon on Monet. Eggshot's going to be queued up next. It's not going to be an easy tier 2 hold. I feel like they're in a position where you need to kind of split up the map, but they feel like they actually have the capability to be able to defend these towers and take the team fight, so...
Not anymore. Not anymore. Not without those ultis. This is going to be... They're going to try and stall the trial once.
K1 even pops a BKB just to deal with the full set of barracks top. No expire surely. Let's see what Aster are able to do with the magic minion now on cooldown. Response, so a full set of barracks clean for free on Beast Coast.
Get this tier 2 very comfortably as well, you would assume. Not the threat of going up onto the high ground, you still don't have the rock, you still don't have the second usage of the familiars. Wraith Pact at least on XXS, as long as he's able to drop that down, that can go a long way towards securing yourself a little bit more sustainability in this fight. He's actually been able to find out Monet a little bit here, but he's going to be able to get away in time.
Level 18 is going to be pretty important.
Feels like he is itemizing for that high ground defense though, right? Just wanting to go into the Aghanim shard to throw it out, try and stall this out a little bit longer. Let the Midas start to have its greater impact. He's almost level 18, so a little bit of a bonus, I suppose.
They do have really good vision around the triangle here from Aster. towards bottom as well. You see Ori's on his split pushing shenanigans. Gojira trying to deal with this, but not easy to catch up to. Dude, that roll was from miles away.
Had the Yule Scepter as well to be able to catch him out.
Yeah, and C Smile even has an Orchid as well, so if he's in a position to find that stance, that could
Radiant's
be life or
bottom
death
tower
here for
is
Ori.
under attack.
But that's kind of the position you're in right now. You need to play a fine line of things just to continue to make the space for the Phantom Lancer. He is the second person in the net worth, but it is all on Monet to be able to bring them back in this game.
Is this a siege creep wave? Of course it is. Looks like they'll only be able to get the tier 2. I don't know if K1's going to have the damage, even as fast as he is, to be able to go through the backdoor protection. It was best to try. Also that level 20 as well, so a little bit of a buff up to his damage. Last tier 1 tower removed.
Dire's bottom tower
Do they go
is
high
under
grade?
attack.
That's the only question that we've
Radiant's
got
courier
on our
has
minds
been
right
killed.
now. Smile
Radiant's
perhaps
top
with that
tower
Orchid
is under attack.
was confident enough to be able to go up, but yeah, they don't need the AP to be able to make this happen.
And what Gojira is, the Lurk is going to see him in the tree line as well. This is a pretty big pickup if they can find it. Wukong's will give them some form of control as well. The upheaval preventing K1 from entering the fight. C-Smile's going to try and turn around with the Mortimer Kiss. There's a decent amount of damage for the moment, but they haven't secured the kill on Aster. A stronghold for them, and they're actually going to look to push on forward. Monet needs to be cautious he doesn't get caught out playing in the tree line. K1 is going to turn it back around though, but where's the control? Whisper playing on the left side, unable to enter with the lasso. K1 finally, BKB activated. But once again, the Aghanim shot protecting XXS and Aster. They've done an incredible job to kite the abilities on Beast Coast, and they're going to look to turn this fight back around. Charging into the middle they go. They'll finally deal with Baboka. The roll drop to the northern side, but K1 is in. The instead, leashing them together in the middle of the fight. They're going to turn to Monet next as well as Whisper locks onto his target. And there'll be no escape from the Phantom Lancer as finally Beast Coast will be able to deal with multiple members on Aster.
This might be it. I mean, buyback's starting to come out. They just came off, they just got money for it, excuse me.
That was a cute trick.
Want to keep pushing in though. I think you'd be very happy with just to expand the heals by that. It's so much easier for you.
They're going to buy back on the PO. They need to get something out of this. It was 4 buybacks on Aster. It's an incredible coil, but C-Smile's still got the BKB to work with. They're going to turn to K1, but this guy with the Aghanim Scepter is not easy to kill at all. They're making quick work of it, but it will not matter. Baboka's down and out for the count, and now they'll look for Ori next. The Orchid into the roll. He's going to buy back at least to work with K1 still charging into the middle. Again, XXS. They can't deal with this Aghanim shot, and they're going to be able to get him. It's such a grave cost there from Aster. That's all 5 buybacks.
Heavy investment. They have to Sean. They have to pray that it's up. I'm here in a lasso. That is a dieback.
There is tranquility.
Not like this.
Wow,
What is that saying right now?
so delicate.
What does that even mean?
What do you think it means?
Dude, I think it was like a laugh. I don't know.
My thrift rewarded.
Oh, I'm not even gonna say it, yeah. Anyway, that's what all the SA fans in chat will be doing right now because Beast Coast are just rolling over this game. They are having a fantastic time. Picking up the haste rune for Bat Rider. Oh, they've got spider legs, the Quicksilver amulet as well. They can just look to sit back. Now they have the freedom to wait for the next Roshan, right? You're not worried about this next big timing coming out from the Phantom Lancer or honestly anyone else on the team. During that previous fight, well, would have been good perhaps. I'm not sure if we have a replay of that last fight. No reason to blame production if they don't because it was so long ago, but it was something that I just wanted to focus on. They are putting so much emphasis in trying to kill Chris Luck. That's the big thing, because he's the one that's going to be able to deal reliably with this Wraith Pack totem. I thought XXS did a great job of preventing the not using it until the very last bit of that team fight.
Radiant are scanning.
We'll have to wait and see if there is a chance to be able to show something, but the the importance of just using that little shredder to clear that out, reducing the burst damage that eventually did come through, it's just way too overwhelming. But I don't think we will have time. There's another smoke coming out from Aster. They realize that this might be their last-ditch attempt. They know
K1's
Roshan
alone
has
for the
potential being
moment.
up. Yeah.
Need to get a glimpse of the Troll's position. Or he's going to be able to find him. The Gen control needs to be perfect. Can always play around with the BKB. Beastcoast is starting to part their way to the Troll. It's great to force out a battle trance as well. Coils out. There's the BKB. That is a win in itself, along with the hand that got expended, but Whisper is looking to enter the fight from the right side. Lasso at the ready. They don't even require it to get rid of the Vodka. And Whisper's going to turn to leash over the Phantom Lancer, dragging him closer to see Smile. The Rock would delay the damage at the moment. But regardless, it comes out afterwards. A dieback onto an A. K1's onto his next target as well, as even PGL will stand his ground because they recognize this one is over and done with as Beast Coast. A much needed victory, taking down the team at the top of the table.
It's a huge win for them. And again, it all goes back to the draft. Just the respect that this move over to Aster was so far ahead of what we saw in that game number 1. You cannot give them the tiny. You cannot let them have second pick and pick up the Enigma in the second phase. This is something that is just the bread and butter of Aster. This time around, they changed things up. They were much more clever about some of these bans coming through. They kept the flexibility available as well, saving that Bat Rider until